Hey, what's up guys, my name is Destery and welcome back to What the Fuck 5. So today's video is about another topic that I find really interesting and creepy, and that is cults. There's just something so creepy thinking that in secret your next door neighbor or your grocery store clerk could be sacrificing goats to Satan, or actually believing that suicide is gonna call a spaceship down and bring them to another planet in their spare time. Anyways, so yes, for today's What the Fuck 5 we are counting down the 5 scariest cults you've never heard of. Number 1, the Ant Hill Kids. Described as one of the most violent and prolific cults in the history of Canadian crime, which I can't imagine is all that crazy anyways, the greatest crime in Canadian history is probably a guy bumping into another guy and not apologizing. But during the cult's years of operation from 1979 to 1988, it was run by a single man named Rock Theriault, who in addition to taking several wives and fathering more than a dozen children with the members of the cult, would also torture and perform fucked up surgeries on his members for no reason, just saying that they needed them for religious cleansing. As a result, several members went on living in his care with missing toes, fingers, and testicles, which he more than likely took out on purpose so that he'd be the only one having sex with the almost 10 girls in his care. Okay, are we sure that this cult wasn't just an excuse to have a giant orgy all the time? Lure people in by saying you're God and then fucking part the pink sea? Also, I'm not judging, but why would you trust a guy who dressed like this? Hey, come join my community. I'm definitely not insane. It's a totally chill party up in here. No one's getting blowtorched to the stomach or anything. Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, he blowtorched someone's stomach and not surprisingly, they died. Unfortunately for the Ant Hill Kids leader, he was sentenced to life in prison where he fathered 3 more children from conjugal visits to the prison. Dude, how much baby gravy does this guy have? Christ! Luckily, he can't impregnate anyone anymore as he died in 2011 from an inmate stabbing him to death. Number 2, Australian Jesus. Definitely not as cool as Korean Jesus.
Jesus. He ain't got time for your problems. He busy with Korean shit.
Australian Jesus is a cult following that believes that a 53-year-old Australian computer technician named Alan Miller is actually Jesus reincarnated.
My name's Alan John Miller, but I'm actually Jesus.
Yeah, it's weird as fuck. So since he started doing these sermons and talks about, you know, his life as Jesus, he's actually gotten a fair bit of a following on the internet, even making a YouTube channel where he talks about his life as Jesus, which is just hilarious to me to try to imagine Jesus as a YouTuber. Hey guys, it's Jesus here. Today I'm gonna be going out in public and doing some miracles. Let's go. Hey, excuse me, sir, what are you drinking there? Just some water. Check it again. What the hell? It's wine. Ha! You got miracles. Ah, damn it, Jesus. And even though Miller claims not to be a cult leader by any means, it's hard to deny the cult-like messiah complex this guy has, as well as the almost 2,000 people who believe everything he says is the truth and even donate every single month to his cause. Australian Jesus is still doing his talks and making videos to this day, but I have to believe that if Jesus actually did come back, he wouldn't be wearing shirts like this. Like, come on. Number 3, the People's Temple. The People's Temple was a religious cult formed in 1955 by Jim Jones of Indianapolis, Indiana. It began as a religious organization that welcomed everyone into its doors. Young or old, white or black, over 900 of them lived together in the jungles of Guyana, and by November 1978, all 900 of them were dead. In the very beginning, Jones raised money for the organization by selling monkeys door to door, which I don't understand how you could do that. Hello, sir, can I interest you in an actual monkey? What the fuck? But really that paid off, as at its peak, the temple had around 20,000 members, most of which were unaware of the organization's true intentions. As time went on and as Jones amassed more followers and power, he apparently began taking hard drugs and setting up assassination missions for his followers to carry out. As the organization grew, in 1974, Jones created an entire town in Guyana he called Jonestown, which he basically used as sort of a base of operations for everything within the People's Temple. They began planting stuff there and trying to be sort of a self-sustaining group that were all flocked under Jones's wing. But as Jones' drug habits got more severe, he got more paranoid, and that's when everything hit the fan. On November 18th, 1978, he convinced his 918 inhabitants of Jonestown that a radical group was preparing to attack them and that the only way to ensure that they weren't tortured was to kill themselves by drinking cyanide-laced Kool-Aid. And while some or most people believed him there, a lot of the people believed that a large portion of the inhabitants were actually forced to kill themselves, which included 200 376 children, in some cases the mothers literally injecting their infants' mouths with poison. And as if that wasn't horrible enough, the entire thing was captured on tape, which I haven't even listened to because apparently there's like kids dying in it and like taking their last breaths, which just fucks me up, and I think I would definitely have nightmares after I listen to it. So I'm not gonna play it on this video, but it does exist on the internet if you're, want to ruin your fucking life and listen to it, I guess. As far as Jones, he ended up dying alongside the 918 people that died there, but by a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. Number 4, the Manson family. The Manson family was a group of mostly women led by Charles Manson, easily the most recognizable cult leader in all of American history. What began simply as a dude spending most of his life in and out of prison, taking some LSD with a group of impressionable girls, grew into a cult that believed that Manson was Jesus Christ himself, with every member willing to die for his will. He would often preach about an apocalyptic race war that would consume the planet that he referred to as Helter Skelter. And instead of mass suicide like most cults encourage, Manson told his followers to kill other people to spark the race war to end the world. In total, the Manson family killed 7 people, the most infamous of which being that of Sharon Tate in 1969, who was pregnant when she was killed. Soon after this, Manson was arrested and charged with murder, where things only got more bizarre. During the trial, he shaved his head, stating, "I am the devil, and the devil always has a shaved head." Really? How interesting. Must have been a fact I missed in school. Then to show their support to the man they called their father, his followers all shaved their heads as well. Manson was sentenced to life in prison, where he was recently married at 80 years old, looking like fucking evil Gandalf to a young follower. And finally, at number 5, Heaven's Gate. So Shane actually spoke about this cult in one of his previous conspiracy theory videos, but it's just so weird and fucked up that I had to mention it. And while some cults follow normal religious beliefs and kind of evolve into something more sinister, the congregation of Heaven's Gate believed that the only way to continue living beyond our physical being was to board a spaceship and be teleported to another planet. The head of the organization, Marshall Applewhite, preached that the world was soon to be recycled and that the only way to save yourself was to follow him and his group as they boarded a space vehicle. And actually everyone in the group was so convinced that in 1996 the group purchased alien abduction insurance. Hold on. Alien abduction insurance? Does that exist? You know what? I'm gonna buy it. And when y'all get abducted by aliens and recycled or whatever, I'm gonna be on Proteus 4, which is obviously the planet that was prophesied by our Lord and Savior. Blessed be He. And I'm gonna be laughing at all you guys who were like, oh, Destery, that jokester. Who's laughing now? I'm insane. Anyways, like most cults, what began as something innocent soon spiraled into a much more sinister cult, where in 1997, Applewhite convinced 38 members that the spaceship was coming for them and that in order to get on it, they all had to kill themselves. So the group rented a mansion in the San Diego area, and on March 26, 1997, 38 members were found dead at the mansion, laying throughout the house with the same shirts, the same shoes, and oddly, the same exact amount of money in each pocket. Which I don't get. Like, was it just in case the spaceship was like, "Everyone ready to go? Tickets are $5.75 human money." Ah, damn it, I didn't bring any money. Looks like you committed suicide for no reason then. Dang it. But what's really interesting about this one is that a lot of the Heaven's Gate literature and even several tapes of Marshall Applewhite exist to this day, where he tries to recruit people. Check it out.
Planet Earth about to be recycled. Your only chance to evacuate is to leave with us.
Hell yeah, I'm stoked, bro. When's this thing going down? Oh no. But I know, what the fuck, right? As far as Marshall himself, he died alongside the 38 other members as they ate poisoned applesauce while tying a plastic bag to their heads. So yeah, at least he actually fucking believed it and wasn't just a dickhole that was trying to kill people. But still, it's fucking crazy. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to give it a like and also subscribe to this channel, as there will be more every single week. Also guys, I am taking suggestions for any What the Fuck 5 videos that you might want to see in the future, so leave those in the comments down below if you have any suggestions, or my Twitter or Tumblr or any of that stuff, and I'll check it all out. So whether you like the creepier What the Fuck 5s or the funnier ones, let me know, and I'll try to make more of them. That's it guys, we'll see you next time for another What the Fuck 5. Thanks for watching, and fair winds.